Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Rifter number 13. In this segment, we're going to talk about the questions and answers for the Palladium universe. These Q&As are going to be focused on luck, random chance, curses, stuff like that, because the Rifter 13 has that theme, and we're going to follow it today. Let's do it right now.
All right, before he continues on here, obviously I've got to put this up on the screen. But hey, just so I want to remind folks, Kevin Sambita will be here this Sunday. For the people in live stream, it's like, oh my God, you're saying this all the time. But that's because we have multiple videos that will be going live. He'll be here this Sunday, 26th January, to talk about health and damage and SDC and MDC and armor and whatever else that has to do with damage and recovery in Palladium Books. Also, we kind of wouldn't call it a poll out last time Heathen Dog did one of these, but put some commentary out there with, do you want him to cover literally every single question? Do you want him to pick a few questions? Do you want him just, just generally talk about what's there? And we can't get a definitive answer. Everybody wants something different. So what is it that you're doing today? Are you doing
Today, I'm not doing everyone because I got 4 segments instead of 3. We got to cut some time. There's some stuff here I can leave on the screen for a second. You can pause it and get all the answers you need.
Okay, right. Sounds good. All right, we're ready to go.
That's what we're doing. All right, here we go. I said here we go. Okay. All right. I'm making an NPC for Rifts. Do I have to follow the guidelines for normal character creation? No, of course not. It's an NPC. The only thing that you have to do is not overdo this NPC to the point where that's not possible. Keep it within the realm of your universe, the power level of this NPC realm of universe. There's no minimum for an NPC. You make an NPC to advance the story, right? I mean, that's what it's for, to advance the story of the world. You can't make him too weak. You can't make him too strong. You have to find your personal little Goldilocks zone. You don't have to create with the rules of a PC character. There's no rules to create an NPC. You just have to make sure it fits in the world and doesn't overpower it. Are there any sort of perception rules in Palladium? There are. Here we go. To determine whether a character's perception finds something, the player must roll a 20-sided die. Add IQ bonuses, use the ME bonus table, but instead use IQ as the number. That means you use the IQ value with the mental endurance bonuses as a modifier to your D20 roll, and any OCC and RCC bonuses you may have for perception. Also, all characters get a +1 perception at levels 3, 9, and 15. The Game Master then compares the roll to the table below. And you can see the table below. Easy, 4+, moderate, 8+, challenging, 14+, difficult, 17+.
I'm against perception rolls.
I know you are, and so am I. I don't use perception rolls in Palladium, but some people do, some people don't.
My mentality is, if you look in that direction, you see, or if you look in the drawer, you find what's in the drawer.
Unless there's some magic spell or sonic power, whatever, and then you have a saving throw for that. So there you go. Yeah. Is there any way to avoid having to roll for horror factor? The best way to avoid is to not encounter anything that.
Okay. I love that answer.
The answer is no. The answer is no. There is no way to avoid a horror factor roll if something has horror factor and you encounter it.
I know people who don't use that in their games, and I don't get it.
That's just the way it is. The answer is no. A complete saving throw list. Again, this is something that you can pause.
Wow.
Hang on, let me back up. There you go. Right here. Pause it. 3, 2, 1. There you go. You got it all.
Soul drinking?
Yep.
That's a specific saving throw?
That is a specific saving throw today.
Suck your Serena through a straw.
I would like to know what saving throws to use for gases. It all depends on the type of gas. Tear gas, non-lethal. Nerve gas, lethal. Nitrous oxide, harmful. I would say non-lethal.
Harmful drugs, okay.
Yeah. Magic gases require throw versus fumes or magic, whichever is good. And again, you can scroll up to see fumes if it's there.
This is something that I think that a game master should just adjudicate on his own. Yes. But excuse me, I kind of like that list there, and I disagree with you on that. I think that nitrous acts, because it acts as a drug, could be the what is it, the non-lethal drug roll. But with that said, just pick one. You're the game master.
Yeah, it's fine. Some character classes get a save versus disease bonus, but don't give a save target number. Also, does the character's PE bonus apply? The save target number is based on the disease itself. That's why it does it. A disease in the book will have a write-up on what it does, and it'll tell its specific save. Okay. And PE bonuses apply to this save. So if you have a high physical endurance, you will get a bonus to disease. That's all disease. And the save is based on the particular type of disease, which should be in the specific write-up. And we have all the way up. Can my character take medication or get medical treatment to help relieve the symptoms of a curse that causes a medical condition? No.
It's a curse.
Because the symptoms are also magical. The disease is magical. You have magic AIDS. Okay. Well, that means I have a low white blood count. Can I take medicine to increase my white blood count? No. It's magically induced. Normal stuff is not going to work. That's the answer.
I think all my headaches are magical.
Yep. I need clarification of healing spells. Do they heal things like broken bones, torn tendons, etc.? Yes. They heal all physical damage except permanent penalties. These are things like I've got my arm chopped off. Unless the spell actually says it regrows limbs, you're going to have that deficiency, even though you'll get all your hit points back. My character is a wizard and has just been given a cybernetic augmentation that removes his magical abilities. Is there a way to get it back? Yes. Take off the cyber limb. Step 1. Take off cyber limb. Step 2. Profit. That's what happens, man. I don't know what to tell you. Unless you have a bio-wizardry or what we're going to talk about later, the dark techno-wizardry bionic limb, you are always going to have that problem. All right. 1 minor bionic augmentation and you're hampered. 2 minor or 1 major augmentation and you have nothing. No magic, no psionics, no nothing. And a whole arm is a major. So yes, take it off. But then I can't do my basket weaving. Oh, I don't know what to tell you, man. Then you can either basket weave or you can cast magic. You choose one.
Put it on to basket weave, take it off to not basket weave.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to have a port to do that, and you have to remove the port as well. It has to be like bare, no metal at all inside you. No artificial stuff. So that doesn't work. The rules for fatigue just don't seem to cut it in my group. There are additional penalties I can impose. Apart from the standard penalties for fatigue, rules for sleep deprivation can be found in Heroes Unlimited GM's Guide. These rules greatly enhance the rules for fatigue and characters pushing themselves beyond normal limitations because heroes commonly want to push themselves to get the job done, to be all heroic and stuff. So there's extra stuff in that book for doing so. Other than that, no, you just have to use the regular rules of fatigue. And if it's not good enough, then damn, all your player characters seem to be pretty tough.
Question for you on that. Do you use fatigue rules?
Yes.
Most people I know don't.
I definitely use sleep deprivation because that's a player choice.
Well, no. I'm sorry. The normal fatigue rules, like if you have a PE of 15, you can fight for 15 rounds or 15 minutes or whatever it is. Most people I know don't use it. I personally haven't actually run into it that I remember because my fights are much deadlier because I use
I understand. Are there any rules for bleeding? Yes. And Max loves them. He loves them.
No, I didn't know this.
What do you mean you didn't know this?
No, seriously, because I do. So my damage, just so folks know out there, I use the Compendium of Modern Weapons book for penetrating value, for stuns, for what a bullet does to you and so forth, which makes the game crazy deadly. Yes, there's stuns and some bleeds in there. I didn't know that there was this in the core rules.
This is not crazy deadly. This is much tamer. Generally, each wound the character receives will cause 1 point of damage every minute until it is correctly treated. Meaning, you get stabbed, you take a D4 SDC damage. Every minute that it is not treated, you take an extra SDC. When you run an SDC, you take hit point. When you run hit points, you die. But treating this wound is bandaging it, staunching the flow of blood. That's it. All you got to do, and then you're done. That's good.
I generally like these. For a nice, simple thing, I generally like these rules.
Yeah, and then when a character is down to 15% of his hit points left, only a medical doctor can save your life. If you've bled out that far that you are at 15% of your base hit points, you are now on the verge of death, and only real medical attention is going to help you. You need a transfusion, right? And if you're at 5 points, you pass out, and then you will continually lose blood until you get medical treatment until you die. Now, I don't use this. I don't like it. I don't use it. The reason being is because a lot of the Palladium campaigns I play in are either fantasy or superheroes, and superheroes don't bleed out until it's all over.
That's fair.
And in fantasy, there's always magic. There's always something. There's always a cure light wounds potion, whatever there is to stop this. So there's no point in using it. But if you are in a modern low magic campaign, this could be the answer for you.
I already don't like this next question. This is ridiculous.
Okay, what if my character is hit by a mega damage weapon and he's only SDC? I'm not reading this. He dies.
Dies. Yes.
He
there
dies.
you go.
That's it. You die. That's it. You're dead. You're dead.
You don't even
That's
exist anymore.
But Heathen Dog, I have 120 SDC plus hit points. If I take 1 mega damage, I've got 20 S. No, you've got a 3-foot hole burned through your chest. You're dead. You're dead. Let it go. All right. How are attributes affected by old age? Now, you could go by the Palladium Fantasy RPG section called Notes on Aging, or you could look at the aging spell that's in Palladium Fantasy and in Heroes Unlimited and in a couple other things where all of your physical attributes go down by half. And you are aged to the maximum of your race's lifespan, and all of your physical spells go down by half. Or you can go down the chart. Now, if you're naturally aging, as your physical traits go down, your mental traits will go up because you're getting wiser. You've learned more information. You've walked through life with your eyes open. Good for you. Are there any rules for drinking in Palladium apart from being totally drunk? There are. Here they are. I'm not going to go over them.
God. If I blow a .12, what does that mean?
I don't need to deal with it. You can pause and get back to it. That's fine. All right. God. Does having the streetwise skill give bonuses to other skills such as gambling, seduction, and pickpocketing? Short answer, no, it does not. The streetwise skill is mainly for procuring things or finding a way to get something or pointing you to a lead. And then all these other skills take advantage of that knowledge. That's what it's for. That's what the streetwise skill is for, is to get you to a point where you can use another skill to get what you want. I think I have given my players way too much money in the game. What can I do to redress this without seeming unfair or backtracking the game? It's hard to take something away after giving it to players in a game, but apart from having it stolen or disappear, there are a couple of options. Max never has this problem because he doesn't give anyone shit. Inflation. Yes, the economy went bad. Everything costs 10% more, so the effective money you have is 10% less. Stupid. All right,
you can destroy economies by bringing in like 90,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds. Look at Molly bankrupt Alexandria.
Yeah. Now, all of these things are destroying the economy, right?
Okay.
So, yeah, destroy the economy. That's how you do it. Not even going to go over it anymore. It's ridiculous and stupid. What exactly can I do as a game master? Can I make up weapons, settings, different paths, different dimensions, and different character classes than the ones in the book? I'm going to go with, yeah.
No, you have to. Nope, you have no imagination. You're not allowed to.
No imagination. You must do everything in the book. As GM, you can do anything you want in your games, from creating material, worlds, dimensions, magic, and character class. Even restrict and alter the game rules how you see fit.
Whoa! Alter the game rules.
There's a way to go about this. You do not change rules in the middle of a game. Shut up. You never do that unless you discover a situation where you didn't know before and it's broken. And then you let everyone know, okay, moving forward, this is how it's going to go because the way it's written is incompatible with what I do in my game. If you know something is incompatible or need to make a change, you do it at day one when they're creating characters, or day zero, if you want to call it that. So they have their eyes open going into a character class or a psychic class or a racial class that has this ability that's being changed. Do not surprise players with rules changes that makes you the bad guy. And if you get beat up in the parking lot afterward, you deserve it.
So there's one other thing I will add on there. He says, as long as you're having fun, yada, yada. I get that. I'm of the mindset that you always play by the rules first. until you see it break the game.
Yeah.
And then once, or if there's a rule that doesn't go to the theme of your game, like I talk about all types of house rules I use. You wouldn't even know it's Palladium half the time, even though I'm running after the bomb, right? But it's because I have a bunch of experience with it. You should always play by the rules first so you understand why they're there and what the butterfly effect of changing those are. But ultimately, yes, you can change the rules to fit your theme as long as all the players are aware of it.
Yep. And that is all for the Q&A. So thank you very much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Do we have any comments?
Yep, there's two, and they just came in recently that I want to put up there. First one is Grizzly Beardy. He says, dude, no need to make Uncle Milty cry. I just hand my players a big-ass repair bill for their mechs.
Hey, you know what? That rather than destroying the economy of your country to fix your blunder, yeah, that's better. Oh yeah, no, I happen to be out of unobtainium, and that's what it's going to take to fix this, specific chip in your mech, so it's going to cost more. Yeah, do stuff like that. It's a lot better than tanking the economy and making every peasant die in a gutter because bread costs 1 million gold pieces.
Right.
Don't do that.
The other thing on top of that, like sometimes they just can't exchange it. You come in there with your million credits or whatever it is in Rifts.
You're in a small village, dude. We've never seen 100 coin piece. We've never seen it, let alone have it for change. I don't know what to tell you, man.
But if you want to trade some wheat for a mech part,
if you want to buy 3 fields full of wheat, we can trade even Stevens. All right, what else we got?
Then Lord Melchior says, I don't understand how people have a hard time changing game rules. Also, it's best to change things only when strictly necessary. OFC, I don't know what that means, of course. This is a general take about RPG games in general. Yes.
Yeah, but changing rules in the middle of a game, players will never appreciate unless they saw what happened. They saw how broken it was. Then they'll be like, all right. But, if you change a rule and don't tell them until it comes up in game, that's on you. You messed up. You messed up, not them.
So I want to piggyback on this. He says, autistic people flip out if you change rules without sufficient notice ahead of time. Yes, this is my experience most of the time when this happens. It's one of two things. Either A, Dick Dungeon or Game Master. I don't want you to be able to do this. More often, I see it as a player who's trying to manipulate something, and he's kind of got, I got you on the Game Master. I got you, Game Master. You can't get around this one. And that's usually where I've had the problem, where I've had to step in. And again, if you've heard Sean talk, Sean and I have the same belief on this one. All right. Rule of cool, we're going to give it to you. You get this one opportunity to do this. Don't do it again, and here's why.
Yeah. All right. And
Cool. Okay, let me, well, you can handle that. I'll do the... Please, if you like the Q&A, he actually went through those a little deeper than I thought he was going to. He skipped a couple, but that's good. Hopefully you got an idea of some answers. I really did like, even if I didn't agree with the answer, I love that some of the answers were provided in there, especially on the damage and healing concept, because next week, or it's 26th of January, Kevin's going to be here, and we're going to talk more about healing and damage, and maybe we'll even ask the question, hey, what happens if you've got a 240 SDC and you get hit by 2 mega damage gun or something, that Wilkes whatever it is does 1d4 mega damage? What happens to you? We'll see what he says on that. But check that out. Or if not, if it's already after the 26th, go check out our interview with Kevin that you should be able to find in our catalog of videos here, and I hope to see you next time.